The day I saw this design, I was sold.
Seriously, the moment I saw the camera plateau, I knew I wanted this case.
So I placed an order, waited patiently, and about 25 days later, it finally arrived. And I have to say, the wait was finally worth it. So hi there, I'm Abhijit and you're watching TechNutso.
Today we are checking out something very special. This is the Benks KnightArmor Air Limited Edition case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now before we even talk about the case itself, let's talk about the unboxing experience. The packaging is minimal, but it's done in a way that still feels exciting. You have specifications printed on the front and back, and from the moment you open the box, it feels like you're unboxing something designed for enthusiasts and collectors. And once you take the case out, that's when the magic begins. The first thing that grabs your attention is this camera plateau design. Banks call it the gaze of Noble Steed, and honestly, it looks absolutely stunning in person. Photos don't really do it justice. The camera plateau frame itself is made from aluminum, and it gives the entire case a very distinct identity. It's one of those designs that immediately stands out without looking flashy or overdone. The rest of the case is made from DuPont Kevlar fiber. Now, Kevlar is known for being extremely durable while remaining lightweight, and Banks has done a fantastic job showcasing the material here. This isn't some printed pattern pretending to be Kevlar. The design is actually hand woven. You can literally feel the woven DuPont Kevlar fibers when you run your fingers across the back. There's a subtle 3D texture throughout the case, which adds depth and makes it feel incredibly premium. And the in-hand feel is next level. It's smooth, feels luxurious, yet somehow manages to stay grippy at the same time. I have used a lot of cases over the years, and this is one of those rare cases that feels special every single time you pick up the phone. Another thing I absolutely love is the slimness. Despite using premium materials and offering protection, the case remains incredibly thin and lightweight. It hugs the iPhone 17 Pro Max perfectly and doesn't add any noticeable bulk. In fact, if you're someone who hates bulky cases, you'll appreciate this immediately. The phone still feels like an iPhone. It slips into pockets easily, feels comfortable during daily use, and doesn't ruin the overall ergonomics of the device. The fit is also excellent. Installing the case is very easy, removing it, however, is not. And honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The reason it's slightly difficult to remove is because it fits the phone extremely well and wraps around it securely. That said, once you learn the correct technique, removing it becomes much easier. So don't assume you are stuck with it forever. Once it's on, it stays on. And that's exactly the kind of confidence I want from a slim case. Moving on to the buttons and cutouts. Everything is cut with precision. The camera area, flash, LiDAR sensor, microphone openings, buttons, everything lines up exactly the way it should. The buttons remain tactile and clicky, which is something I always appreciate in a premium case. Now let's talk about MagSafe. Banks has used N52 magnets here, and the magnetic strength is excellent. Whether you are attaching a MagSafe charger, battery pack, wallet, or any other accessory, the connection feels strong and secure. So no complaints whatsoever on the MagSafe front. I have also been using this case for quite some time now, and wear and tear is surprisingly minimal. The case still looks fantastic. Fingerprints are barely visible, which is another huge advantage. And whenever it gets dirty, a simple wipe with a damp cloth is usually enough to clean it up. One thing I did notice on my particular unit is that the woven pattern isn't perfectly centered and leans slightly towards one side. Most people probably won't notice it unless they are specifically looking for it, and it doesn't affect durability, fit, MagSafe performance, or functionality in any way. Also, because this is a hand-woven design, slight variations like this can happen, much like handmade crafts. In fact, these small inconsistencies are often considered unique characteristics and a sign of a genuine hand-woven weave rather than a mass-produced printed pattern. Still, considering this is a premium limited edition case, I felt it was worth pointing out. As for protection, it does a good job protecting the phone during everyday use. The camera plateau area is also well protected. However, I do want to be honest here. This is not a case designed for people looking for maximum rugged protection. The sides around the buttons are partially open to maintain that slim and lightweight profile. So if you're looking for a thick, heavy-duty case that covers every millimeter of the phone, this probably isn't the one. This case prioritizes design, premium materials, craftsmanship, comfort, and everyday usability. And personally, I think that's exactly what makes it special. One thing worth mentioning is that this limited edition version is available only for the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, which honestly makes it feel even more exclusive. So who is this case for? If you are a collector, if you value your iPhone, if you are a tech geek like me, or if you simply want to stand out from the crowd while using something that's genuinely built with purpose, then yes, I think this case is absolutely worth considering. For me, the biggest reason to buy this case isn't the protection, it isn't the magnets, and it isn't even the Kevlar construction. It's the design. Every time I look at this case, especially that camera plateau, it feels like a piece of industrial art attached to my iPhone. And that's not something I say very often about a phone case. If you would like to check it out, you will find the link in the description below.
And if you decide to pick one up, don't forget to use my code TechNutso15 to get 15% off.
For me, this case is a small marvel of design, and honestly, it's something I'll cherish for a very long time.
Let me know what do you think about this case in the comments below. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to TechNutso, and see you guys in the next one. TechNutso signing off.